This could be my last evening walk in Upper Geyser Basin of the summer. That's kind of a bummer. This thing's erupting. I don't know the name of it, but it generally doesn't do that, so it is erupting. There's Castle Geyser over there. There's a lot of the runoff from the geysers. Old Faithful's over there, way over there. My cabin's in the woods that way. This could be my last evening walk at Upper Geyser Basin this summer. I don't know if I'm going to take the third week in the cabin or not. When I scheduled it last August. That's how I got all the time I got. You could never do it otherwise. And I'll schedule it again this August. That's about when I get home. I don't know if I want to do the third week. I mean, I want to and I don't. It's one of those deals. Kind of like to go down to Hot Springs State Park in Wyoming and spend a week at the RV park there that has the Olympic-sized hot pool. There's a need for that. I mean, we're going to go there either way. It's just a matter of how long we stay there. Somebody stepped in there. Hart Spring. That thing's just gorgeous, isn't it? You imagine what it was like in the 1800s, 1870s when you were exploring this stuff? Walking through here with no boardwalks. I mean, you could be right here right now going, you don't know if this whole thing's going to collapse and you're going to boil to death. Imagine they let the horses walk out front. Seriously, I bet they did. There's the Old Faithful Inn. They used to charge $50 when that opened in, I think, early 1900s. I think it was $55 for a 5-day trip from the Garner North entrance into here. And you got to stay. There were actually 5 hotels along the way inside Yellowstone, and they're purposely designed to be 30 or 40 miles apart, which is what you could travel back then in one day comfortably. So you got to stay at each of the fine hotels along the way. $55 was a lot of money back then, and that was strictly the upper class that could afford that. And then they actually had another company that brought regular people in like you and I, and it was quite a bit less, and you actually camped along the way. It was a 5-day trip, but you were camped. You know, you had tents, and later they set up cabins that were already there. And it was like a very stratified system of coming in here in the Yellowstone. No shoes?
They were giving her blisters. So
Uh-oh.
told her to go barefoot.
There you go. You know, I never noticed this thing before. Never. You always notice something different. There's like a crevice there that just drops straight down. See it? Right there? I would love to walk out there and peer into there. You wouldn't dare. You could hear the water boiling. Or trickling anyway. Hear it? This is Lion Geyser. I think it went off this morning. It was either this morning or yesterday morning. I was watching it from the general store down there. It's a pretty interesting eruption. This is Goggles Spring. I'm purposely putting the names into the video because I want to use my book later to read on each one of them. This is North Goggles Geyser. Yeah, it's kind of sad to think this could be my last walk not walk, but evening walk. We'll come here for day trips and stuff, but I'll do mornings, but I don't know, I might do the third week. What the hell? You can't take it with you. Unless you're, well, I don't want to make any jokes. I was going to say, unless you're Egyptian. Well, I mean, that was the whole point. It's not a joke. It's like, I think those pyramids were all about. This is year spring. I did read on this one today. They're saying that there's a sizzling along the edge there because that water is higher than the boiling point, which is true of a lot of the geysers. Hear the sizzle? And this thing's like 1,000 years old. That's another thing I was reading. It's amazing to think this thing's been here for 1,000 years doing this. It's a long time. What was I just talking about? I forgot. Oh, the Egyptians. Yeah, that's the whole point of putting everything in the pyramid. And then you could take it with you into the afterlife, including your pets and whatever people you wanted. What is the name? There's no name on this. That's an interesting one. That's called bison dung. So you think you're scared to step on there because you might fall in. Well, a bison weighs a lot more than we do, and he decided he needed to relieve himself right there. I know we're coming up on Upper Geyser, one of my new favorites this year. And then the bison carcass will be out there. I found another carcass on this side too. I'll show it to you. This is Beach Spring. Beach Spring. I'm going to watch this video tonight with my book and then read about each one that we're putting in here. Upper Geyser, one of my new favorites. And there's bison carcass. Now this one I was reading about today, it says when it goes off it fills the boardwalk with water, so you get wet when you're standing here. We're on 8 minutes, so we're going to have to... I haven't established how long of a video I can put up, but I think I've done 10 minutes. Here's the new carcass I found. Look at that. It's not a new carcass, but I found it. There's the ribs. So you don't know if this thing got stuck here in this hot mud, whether it was attacked. There are wolves in here. We saw one run along the edge one night. Could have been attacked by wolves. You know. There's the bison carcass. Let's put one more on before we have to clear the video. We can feel the heat off of that thing. This is Doublet Pool. I remember reading about this, but I don't remember what I read. Wow, listen to this. Listen. Listen. No other channel brings you this. I'm going to put it right there. Listen to that one. We're clear. I'm going to make a new video.